Hi Taurus, welcome to your, I was going to say April. Welcome to your July 2019 monthly readings. So I'm going to do these a little bit different. I'm going to use angel cards, just substitute the word angel for whatever it is you believe in, God, spirit, universe, life, whatever your religion, all right? No judgments here. I just like these cards because they're soft and they're really gratifying to shuffle. They glide and slide really nice. So the first card you got was Ace of Thought. It says, this cherub has arrived to congratulate you for your brilliant new idea, which is truly inspired. It's important to communicate clearly and thoroughly with others who are involved in the implementation. Oh my goodness, okay, you know what I mean. Of your idea. Don't be dissuaded by little challenges along the way. There are merely courses of correction to perfect your plan. All right, communication is a big deal for you guys. So the people that you're working with, or in your relationships, your family members, your loved ones, it's important to communicate. This is Mercury retrograde happening pretty soon here. Don't quote me on that. I'm not up to date with astrology, but I'm pretty sure it's coming up pretty soon. Today's the 26th of June. Communication issues can come up in Mercury retrograde. A lot of people associate Mercury retrograde with a negative. It's not always negative. There's negatives and positives to everything, okay? Mercury retrograde can bring back really good opportunities, okay? Missed out opportunities. It brings that back to you. So when they say that it's a bad time to make a decision or take on a new project or a job change, that's not necessarily true, okay? If you applied for something you didn't hear back, Mercury retrograde is an opportunity where you may hear back from that company you applied for and didn't get any response. It's a missed opportunity that will come back, all right? It just, Mercury retrograde is its negative aspect is it's when miscommunications can happen. So it's like when you're like, if there is something that you've been avoiding communication wise, okay, and that's a basis, okay, because communication comes in many forms, okay. It could be like if there's and say in a relationship, a personal relationship, if there's avoidance of a specific topic or something that you're resenting or an issue that hasn't been dealt with in Mercury retrograde, it will come to the surface, okay. And these are merely, like in the card it says, it's merely a course of correction for your perfect plan. So to make your relationship better, well, unfortunately, you have to have that uncomfortable conversation, which can arise as an argument. It's not necessarily bad when you're arguing. Okay, when you argue, it means that there's emotion and passion behind it and you care. Okay, it's considered fighting, but when you fight for something that you want, right? You're fighting for change. You're fighting for the job you want. You're fighting for the position that you want. Okay, you're fighting for your relationship. It's not bad. It's just emotion that's coming to the surface that is not properly expressed. All right, so it's like concern, worry, fear coming up to the surface. So these aren't bad things, okay? So if you get an opportunity to, how can I say it, to do a redo, because Mercury retrograde is a lot about redo, it's saying that really contemplate and think about things. So again, it's not bad to take on a new job or a new opportunity in Mercury retrograde. You can get missed opportunities come to your lap in this time frame. However, you do want to do your research on it, all right? That's all it's saying. And Mercury retrograde is a fantastic time for research. It's one of its benefits, okay? The only, like, emails can go to the wrong person. You might not get responses. There's a lot of communication errors, okay? So it's like I had this issue like just last week. I wasn't getting texts from family members, right? And they thought I was trying to dodge them or something, but honestly, I wasn't getting their texts, and I showed that to them, right? Like, that's Mercury retrograde, right? So then they had to realize, oh, like, I can't be angry at her. She wasn't getting it. Whether that was my network issue or their network issue, I don't know, right? But it's communication issues can pop up. So ensure you just double check who you're emailing it to and that they've received the message. If you haven't heard a response, send a second message back, okay, to those family members. If it's a job, just give them time, all right? And then maybe after Mercury retrograde, send a confirmation email, okay, thanking them for the opportunity. The second card you got is the Guardian of Emotion. She's in a very contemplative stage, but she also got this look on her face like, like she knows what's up. What does that mean? I don't know. Okay. It says this situation requires emotional maturity and total trust. You're surrounded by those who have only the best intentions, so you can rely on the advice you're given. Challenges will be resolved. This card also indicates a generous humanitarian and refined person whom you can completely depend on. This could be a reference to these characteristics within yourself. So, by emotional maturity, it means try to see things from the other person's perspective. Like, don't jump the gun, don't get mad. Um, you know, it's like when you send a resume in, if you don't get an immediate response, you automatically assume the worst, right? But it's not a bad thing, okay? Because a lot of people are probably sending in their resumes, and you have to be understanding about they're reading through all of them, right? And they probably got to discuss it with other people, so it can't be immediate, right? Like, so be patient, okay? Uh, Also requires with emotional maturity, it's like putting yourself in the other person's shoes, all right? Trying to see it from their perspective, okay? But it's saying that you have a lot of good people around you, people you can trust. Communication is key. You have to be clearly communicating with them. So if there's a problem, you need to give them this information. What is the problem? Talk about it with them. Okay, if you're having issues with finances, talk to your financial advisor about them. Let them know the issues that you're having. All right, because these people can help you. There's government assistance that can help you. All right, you're having trouble at work, communicate, okay? But from an emotional mature standpoint. So if you're angry about something, well, then you need to give yourself time because you're not emotionally mature at that point, okay? Your anger is going to block you. So you need to get your emotions under control before you can communicate, all right? It's how you're going to avoid obstacles. And then you have, oh, I can't get the card up. There we go. This is the Helper of Abundance. It's a very Jupiterian card for me, I guess, because it's kind of like the four-leaf clover. It reminds me, right? Jupiter is the planet of good luck. So I don't know if you have, you got good luck on your side, all right? Or if Jupiter, I don't know if Jupiter is like moving into some sort of aspect that's going to benefit you guys, but or something to do with Jupiter or a time frame of Jupiter, um, or maybe your Jupiter placement. Research that. It says Helper of Abundance. Although you have a lot to do, it's important that you get organized first. Once planning is complete, you can roll up your sleeves and get to work. Your guardian angels surround you and are ready to help out. This card also indicates a very loving, kind, and loyal friend, someone with a big heart, quick wit, and endless patience. This person could be you. And we all know that Tauruses are quite patient. So the key here of what it's saying is that organization is key for you guys. You got ideas, you got plans. Well, you're going to talk to the correct people, right? School counselors, government programs. There's entrepreneurial programs. You can get student loans. Government will help you to in certain areas of the world get back into education. There are grants that they can give you. If you're starting your own business, there are grants that the government will give you. They will sponsor you. They will even probably, in some cases, depending on what you're doing, if you're doing something that benefits society, or that's a program for the less fortunate, usually the government will give you the funding to start that company up. All right. Information is key, though. Okay. So don't be afraid to talk about your ideas with these people. You have people that can protect you too, like lawyers and things like that. Right. But you have to give them all the facts and all the details, even the little minute things. If you're embarrassed about something, don't be. Okay. People are quite understanding and loving and nurturing. They understand life. Okay. Um, so a lawyer, like if you're dealing with a lawyer, I don't know why a lawyer. There's a child here, maybe. Okay, and if it's asking you to be emotionally mature, well, then this would be talking about, okay, if you're separating and it's coming down to a custody battle, okay, it's asking you to be emotionally mature. So do what's best for the child. Remove your, regardless of what happened, I don't know. Okay, remove any resentment towards the other person and just focus on the child. So if you're talking to a lawyer, you got to be emotionally mature. So you want to say to the lawyer, like you need to remove any biased opinions that you have about the spouse or trying to get full custody, right? You want to be mature about things, so you do want to inform, because doesn't if the other person is immature and saying I want full custody and throwing like I was gonna say shit at you, and making you seem like the bad guy. Okay, well, that's their tactic. That's fine. It's going to hurt them in the long run. If you're emotionally mature and you go to your lawyer and you say, listen, what's best for my child is to have both parents in their life. It would be unfair and selfish of me to remove that other person just because I don't like them. The child needs both the mother and the father, right? So you explain this to the lawyer, and the lawyer is going to bring that up in court and say that the mother or the father who's trying to get the custody is willing and is aware that both parties need to be involved in the child's life and is trying to look at the responsible, mature manner to do this in, where that's going to make the other person look very um, bad if they're just trying to throw you under the bus, and the judge is probably going to lean more towards you. Okay. You're not doing that, though, to win the case. You're doing that because you're removing your emotional response and you're logically and rationally looking at things from a different perspective and putting yourself in somebody else's shoes, which would be the child. That's just an example. That's not happening for everybody. Okay. For some of you, if it's businesses, well, then you have people that can help you with that. Again, there's government programs, entrepreneurial programs that they can get you in. Okay, and they would be people that were entrepreneurs and are entrepreneurs and know the ups and downs and the hiccups that you're going to come into, and they will give you your wisdom, their wisdom, so you can gain knowledge and apply that to yourself. All right. You might be able to work out um, program, a payment program for something. I don't know what that is. I'm also getting, like, if you have money issues, okay, you can go get information from student lawyers, or maybe you got children and you're concerned about things about the children not being able to, like, get them braces or their dental care or stuff like that. You can go to universities where people are becoming dentists, the students and stuff, and they're super cheap. So where you'd be paying $1,000, it would cost you like $100. They're students, yes, but that doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. They have knowledge. Their professor is a dentist himself, and nothing gets done without their approval. There's ways to work around things, and you have help and protection here. All right, you can go to the uh, student lawyer section, and you can get a bunch of students. Okay, you don't have to just trust one. You can get all the information you need freely from these guys, and they're willing to help you out because this is a skill set that's going to benefit them. They need these problems to come to them in order for them to gain more knowledge and get better and stronger and um, improve on what they're studying. So you could get advice and knowledge from them, right? And everybody has a different mind, so the way their mind works is not the way the next student's mind would work, right? And they can each find things that could be possibilities for you, uh, issues or positivities, right? Like, I don't know if that makes sense. But. And then you had these two new cards, two extra cards that came out. And I don't mean to smile, but if you're a male, your girlfriend is mad at you. All right. And I'm laughing because it's not that big of a deal, you guys. All right. But it's funny because they are mad at you. You can see that in this picture here. All right. There's a woman and she's not happy. All right. And you're not happy because she's not happy. All right. But we'll deal with this one here first. It says out with the old and in with the new. Okay. It says heaven is showing you a sign that it's time to move in a new direction. Often this is because you're not happy and feel a lack of purpose in your life. This is a wake-up call to make changes that match your heart's desire and spiritual truths. You're protected, you guys. Right? She's got her hand on her back, like, so there's a direction that you need to go. And you it's going to come down to you. I say this a lot in everybody's reading, all right? Nobody's going to rescue you, unfortunately. You have to rescue yourself. There are people out there that will help you, though, but you have to go seek them out, which means you have to take action. It's one foot in front of the other, all right? The next card you got is the Five of Emotion. So that's like the Five of Cups, okay? It says forgiveness is an important part of healing. Forgive yourself and those around you for any mistakes of the past so that everyone can move forward. Grieving is a normal part of life. Ask your angels, substitute that for whatever you believe in, or those you love to help you move through the process quickly so that you can get back on the path to joy. All right? So this is talking about, okay, don't be stuck on the problem. You know what the problem is. So don't put energy into focusing on that problem. Apply your energy to the solution of that problem. Okay? That's like the basis of what I'm getting. Out with the old and in with the new may mean you need to do a little spring cleaning, try new things. Definitely information is important here. Emotional maturity. So don't let people play on your heartstrings. You are protected. You got luck on your side, though. But you got to see, it's kind of like this guy's got a four-leaf clover. He had to work for that four-leaf clover by searching for it. So in some manner, you have to search. And when you decide to take those steps to search, you will find what it is you're looking for. Okay? So in your relationships, whatever didn't work in the past, leave that behind. Start new, right? If you're a woman and you're mad at your spouse is very sorry. You have the Knight of Swords. It says fighting on it. Okay, the Knight of Swords is information gathering, though. Okay, he's out for the truth, and the truth at no cost. He's quite blunt, usually, or she. It's information gathering, though, right? They're after the knowledge, right? When they have an idea, they go out there and they ask the questions. They find the information out, right? See if it's possible. So, again, key for you guys is to remove any biased opinions that you have and come from a factual point of view. Logically, you want to look at things and analyze things. You dot your I's, cross your T's. If you're going into business, it is important to talk to a lawyer. You have the Six of Wands, which is victory. Okay. And with this card, you can see in the card, there's like blood dripping out of the hands. Okay. So it's like pain, any pain you've gone through will be worthwhile in the end. All right. It's not all in vain. It's an action-oriented card. It's making movements, though, making decisions, making choices, but taking the action on it. So what you're being told is to now go out and seek what it is that you need, whatever that is. All right. So it's like if you can't communicate properly, then couples counseling is really good. If you're having trouble starting your business, well, then, going to see the government, what kind of options that they have for that. Going to talk to people that have started businesses. There's conventions of small businesses. You can get information from those people. There are government programs, though, especially for women, too. There are women's groups for entrepreneurial programs. And then you have, well, you got quite a few cards here. The Wheel of Fortune. The Two of Swords. It says decisions on it, you guys, and that's fitting. You do have to make choices and decisions. You got to get out of your mind. You got to start putting the action behind it. You have the Nine of Swords. That's sorrow. That's worrying. You're all up in your head. And I did say earlier, like, you got to get out of your head and you got to make the actions, your thoughts, your ideas, and stuff like that. You gotta bring that into reality now and take the actions on that. You have the Three of Wands. It says virtue on it. All right. And with this card, it's like if you're gonna, I always get with this card because the hand is like walking, right? Like, so it's like with this card here this card here, it's like there's no more talking. There's just doing, right? So this card reminds me of that saying, if you're gonna talk the talk, you got to walk the walk. All right. So it's like 1 foot forward, or what is that? 2 steps forward, 1 step back. If that happens, that happens. It's because you're missing something. So you got to go back and you got to get the information. All right. But you got to take the action on it. Action is very important here. And the number 2. I'm not sure why, because this is a 3. And it's also, it takes time. You got grapes in this card, right? And in order to make wine, it needs time to age, right? Like I don't know why I'm saying that, but it like needs time to age. But you got to get out of your mind. You're creating illusions in your mind by reflecting on things or going over things over and over again, or it's like you got too much that you're keeping in and it needs to come out. So journaling may be very good for you guys. Painting, kickboxing, getting active, definitely getting active. And you have a child, you got 2 pictures of children here. So, like, daycare could be important for you guys. Maybe you want to be a teacher to special needs children. I'm not sure. Okay. And for some of you, there's some aspect in your life that you've gone through that how can I say it? It's like a skill or an event that happened to you that you can now transform in it could become it benefits you. So what do I mean by that? It's like if you had tragic things that happened in your life, but you're studying to become a counselor. You're studying to become a counselor because you don't want those things to happen to people, and you want to give them the tools to move forward. Or if you become a lawyer, usually you become a lawyer because in some way in your life, in your past, there was an injustice done to either you or people you care about, and it touched you on a soul level to the point where you want to ensure that that doesn't happen to other people. Right? So there's something in your past that's going to benefit you in your future somehow. I don't know why I'm saying that, but okay. And the card you got is the dog. And the dog's a loyal companion, you guys. Okay? So the difference between dogs and cats, or cats are more independent. They're like people. You can kind of base people on this, right? There are cat people, and then there's dog people. So cat people are like the people that are more independent. They don't need a lot of attention, affection. They can take care of themselves, right? Dog people, because you can leave cats at home as long as you have food out for them in a litter box, they're good, right? Dog people are people that they require more attention, require more nurturing. Um, because dogs, you need to take them out, you need to walk them, you need to clean up after them, right? Like, so people can take these characteristics on too, right? So it's like you need to know what you're dealing with. Maybe the issue you're having with the five of emotion is one of you's like a cat and the other one's like a dog. Well, it doesn't mean that it's not going to work, right? Opposites attract. You hear that all the time, but it's a positive, because usually one of you have the skill sets that the other is lacking, and then you have skill sets that they're lacking, right? So you help each other. And cats and dogs can be friends, okay? So maybe, well, you have the dog, so you could be more like the dog, where you're very loyal and you're always by people's side. I think that came through in one of the cards. It said that, something like that. But you need more nurturing and petting, and where cats, especially female cats, you guys, I know this through experience. Okay, we used to have a lot of cats and dogs when we were younger. Um, we had this one, a lot of more male cats, so they were a lot more tame and chill and cool, right? But the female cat that we had, Rocky, we named her Rocky after the movie. Back when VHS was out. uh, But she would always come up to you and she'd purr and she'd come up against your leg, rub it up against you, and then you'd go down to pet her and she'd swat you, man. Like, it was like, look, don't touch, like, whereas the dogs, the dogs would come and sit on your lap and, like roll over because they want their belly rubbed or whatever, they're very, they're a lot more spoken, right? Why am I saying that? I have no idea. But the dogs will let you know what they need, right? Where cats, they're very independent. So if you're having problems, maybe that's what in some area. If I don't know if you can metaphorically or as an analogy understand that. It's just what's coming out of my mouth. Okay, so on the card it says loyalty, companionship, honor, humanitarianism, friendship, simplicity, and take care of your pack. Okay. So let's find that in the book. Bear with me, you guys. It's very small, not much in here. It says, with the dog, what you see is what you get. He is good-natured, simple, and always ready to lend a paw. The dog reminds us to let go of our ego so we can be there when a friend is in need. Straightforward and eager to please, the dog feels best when everyone in the pack is at ease. And that's true, because dogs pick up on when you're depressed or you're sad, they'll be right by your side. If you're sick, they're right there. Uh, it's man's best friend, is what they say. So maybe for some of you, if you're not an active person or whatever, maybe getting a dog would be wise for you, because you got to walk them every day, right? You got to play with them every day. Cats can amuse themselves. Or, so maybe if you're like a dog person, then those aspects carry over for you. Like, you need to go out. With friends and family, you need exercise, right? You need help to take care of things. You need that push, to go after what it is you want. Maybe you need somebody, like, you have a goal. So with the dog, if you throw the ball, they'll go get it, right? But maybe you need help to, you need somebody to toss. You're giving them the ball, but you need them to toss it for you so you can go get it. What does that mean? I have no idea. Doesn't even make sense, you guys. All right. It's what I got, though. I think yours will be the last I'm doing today. Today is the 26th. I gotta make dinner, and my boyfriend's playing baseball today, so I invited my sister and her boyfriend over to come watch the game with me and have dinner. So whether or not she's coming, I don't know. We'll find out. She might have school today, so maybe she won't be able to. All right. And then you got I am Earth. All right. So this is a affirmation card thing. It's your homework. You want to reflect on what does that mean to you. All right. What are you intuitively feeling when you say that to yourself? All right. It's a grounding. Earth is grounding. It's get practical. Get down to the nitty gritty. All right. What really matters. All right. Jobs are a necessity, right? But people that come into your life, they're more important. Okay, jobs are replaceable. People are not. So you do have a message here about the people in your life, friends, family members. Put your ego aside. When you're wrong, you're wrong. When you're right, you're right. But sometimes even when you're right, you need to play stupid. All right, be the bigger person. Okay, you're dealing with a cat. They can be pretty stubborn. All right. All right, you guys. Hopefully this helped you out. I will talk to you next month. Um, I hope you have a lovely month. It's summertime here, so go out, explore, have some fun in the sun, you guys. Spend some time with your friends. Have a bonfire or two, like make some s'mores. All right. Again, hopefully this helped you out. I'll talk to you next month. Namaste and ciao for now.